One of the fastest, one of the most effective ways of making sure there is a connection. What's it say, please? One more time, please. Eye contact. Eye contact. There's a saying that says, the eyes are the connection to the soul. By the way, again, have you ever noticed that weak people will not look you in the eye? Have you noticed that? And powerful people always look you in the eye. It's a practice. What is it? Practice. Most of you are bad at it. You're bad at it right now. Okay, so what? That's why you came here. You paid a lot of money, a lot of time to be here, to learn a simple thing like this. But now you're going to do it. Yes or yes? Yes. Now that you understand how important it is. Yes. The difference between powerful people and weak people. What do you want to be, weak or powerful? Powerful. Weak or powerful? Powerful. So you look people in the what? Eye. When you're speaking to them. Yes or yes? Yes. So the words are, I initiate and maintain eye contact. Let me hear you. Again, please. I initiate and maintain eye contact. Again, please. I initiate and maintain eye contact. One hoo-ah, ready? Hoo-ah! Three more hoo-ahs. Hoo-ah, hoo-ah, hoo-ah. Give somebody a high five and say, you're an amazing leader. Are you ready to go to the next level of connection? Thank you. What's the word, please? One more time, please. Thank you. Touch. Not always, but when it's appropriate. What's the key word here? Appropriate. I thought you were going to say when. What's the key word here? Appropriate. When it's appropriate, touch is very effective. Yes or yes? Again, these are so simple. What are they? But are they effective? Yeah, simple things that are effective is what we pride ourselves on, that actually work in the real world. So one thing is just to say, you're doing a great job. Another thing is to give their name. Bob, you're doing a great job. Next thing is you look in their eye. Bob, you're doing a great job. And last, you touch them on the shoulder and you go, Bob, you're doing a great job. Completely different world. Yes or yes? Yes. Same words. Nothing's changed. One's an effective communicator and leader. One's not. Bob, you're doing a great job. All right, let's go. All right. And very important is, I have to say this, of course, in this day and age, it must be appropriate. It must be appropriate. It must be appropriate, okay? If you do it in a sincere way, usually it's going to work out. Even male, female. Even male, male. Female, female, well, they usually don't have a problem. Okay? You understand what I'm saying, right? But use your noggin. Use your noggin. Shoulder, top of the shoulder is usually not too bad. Is that all right? And if you've got a problem with it, then tell them. Say, you know, I thank you so much for the comment. I prefer if you actually didn't touch me. Just look at me is great. Is that all right? Yeah, you're a leader. You can choose for yourself, yes? On the other hand, I would venture to say if you have a problem with that, you've got a problem. That's all I can say. You should do some work on yourself. Maybe come to some courses or something. Yeah. Okay. And again, why is it important? Because physical is what? Memorable. Thank you. Physical is what? Memorable. It's high impact. All right. You can do the shoulder. You can shake hands. Shaking hands works also, even if it's people that you normally give a hug to. By the way, those words and that movement don't go together. You know, you're doing a great job. Give them a hug. Yeah, I don't know about that. But it's just kind of like, if you say to someone you're doing a great job, and even if you normally hug them, but in this case, you just shake their hand, they get it on a whole other level. Yes or yes? Now you mean business. Now you're a leader right now. Yes or yes? And leaders don't always run around hugging everybody. And you also, I'm not going to get into it right now, but as a leader, boy, this is another echelon. Are you ready for it? You have to be appropriate with it. Appropriate with it. as a leader, the higher echelon you go, you will have to have an energy of separation from the rest of the crew, because you are that leader, yes? And it's not a negative thing, it's just that, you know, let me put it this way. When the company was really small and I was just kind of flittering around, deciding what to do, I was hugging everybody. You know, hey, hi, come in logistics, hi, hi. Half an hour hugging, it was just all wonderful. But at the same time, you know, I became their friend. And I'm not there to be their friend all the time. I'm there to be their leader. Yes or yes? Yes. Now, you can be both, but it's more challenging when you're hugging someone all the time and then you have to say, sorry, you're gone. It's different. You understand what I'm saying? So just, a lot of this is common sense. But what I found in my life is that common sense is not very common. Raise your hand if you agree. All right. All right, good. So the words are, all together, when it's appropriate, I use touch. Let me hear you, please. When it's appropriate, I use touch. Again, please. When it's appropriate, I use touch. One more time, twice as loud. When it's appropriate, I use touch. One hoo-ah. Ready? Hoo-ah! Good job. All right, next. Imagine this. Somehow you're in the streets of, let's not use New York, the streets of the streets of Boise, Idaho, and you're caught in the middle of a gang fight. They don't have much to do over there, right? Oh, there's someone from Idaho here. Okay, sorry. And somehow you're walking, and then all of a sudden there's this person coming with a bat, and they're going to crack it right over your head, and they're just a few feet away, and then your buddy says to you, "Hey, Harv, there's a bat that just cracked over your head. What's the problem? What's the problem?" Yeah, 2-0. Or very, same situation. They go, "Hey, Harv, there's someone coming at you with a bat right now. Maybe you should move." What's it say, please? Yeah, and this is all about voice, right? All about voice. We've heard this 100 times, that words are only what? 7%. What percent, please? 7% of communication. Voice tone is 35%. Of course, the rest is body language. The voice tone is 35% of the communication. And very often, that's what you've got to go with, yes? All right. So, as a leader, as a what? Say, that means me. I can't hear you. Thank you. It's imperative you use appropriate voice tone, speed, and volume for the situation, right? Being nonchalant when it's an urgent situation doesn't work. Talking really slow when you have 4 seconds to complete a task is inappropriate. You're done. Understand? On the other hand, being overexcited and over-urgent when it's no big deal, it's like, everything's okay. Don't worry about it. It's all okay. Just stay calm. Stay calm. Doesn't work. So the word is what? Appropriate for this situation. Got it? Got it? Along with your tone and your speed is the volume. Most people, a lot of people, you have to practice. They have to practice. Especially there's men and there's, I don't want to generalize, but many, many women were taught, you don't be loud, you be a lady, and, but that works in some cases, but some places, and it's completely inappropriate. And what you think is screaming is actually normal. That's the thing about it. People who speak quietly believe fully 1,000% that they are speaking loudly when you ask them to speak louder. And they start off with, well, what I'd like you to do. You go, no, I can't hear it. They go, well, what I'd like you to do is. No, I can't hear it. Well, what I'd like you to do is. I don't understand why you can't hear me. I'm talking as loud as I possibly can. Boom! Ah! Here we go. All together now. I use the appropriate voice tone, speed, and volume. Let me hear you. I use the appropriate voice tone, speed, and volume. Again. I use the appropriate voice tone, speed. Again. One hurrah, ready? Hurrah! All right, so let me give you a couple of words here. What's it say, please? Autocratic leadership. So, autocratic leadership is when is basically if you say, okay, I'll go first. That's autocratic leadership. Got it? And what it means, let's look at the dictionary again. Autocrat, a ruler having absolute power over his subjects. A person who uses power in a harsh way. Autocratic, of or like an autocrat, absolute in authority, ruling without checks or limitations. Doesn't sound as good anymore, does it? Autocratic comes from the word autonomous, which means by yourself. Socratic, again from the dictionary. Socratic method, the use of a series of questions to lead a person to think. In short, leading by asking what? Who does this as a profession, by the way? Teachers may, if they're good. Lawyers, thank you. Lawyers, ever hear a lawyer in the courtroom? They're not allowed to put any words in their mouth, right? So all they do is what? Ask them what? Question after question. Where were you on the, did you know about that? Did you know the subject? Da, 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 da. Yes? Now, lead them asking questions. So what if you really did want to go first? What could you do? Yeah, you make a request. You say, who would like to go first? If no one cares, I'd be happy to. Or you say, does anyone mind if I go first? Yes? Would it be okay with you if I went first? Yes? All right. Now, which one's more effective? Raise your hand if you, as a leader, raise your hand if you think autocratic is more effective. Raise your hand if you think Socratic's more effective. Very good. The answer is both. Both are effective. Depending on the what? Thank you. Depending on the situation. Now, if possible, however, if possible, and you have enough time, what is the preferred way? My guess, my own humble opinion, is Socratic will be the preferred way. Does that make sense at all? Tell me why. Thank you. It involves them. Excellent. Good. Also, do people love being told what to do? No, they don't like it that much, right? And it's usually one of them is in Socratic, you get something very important. Their buy-in. What's the word? Do you want their buy-in? Yeah. When you ask versus tell, you're going to get the buy-in. Yes or yes? And on the other hand, autocratic, very often if they do it based in fear. So it's buy-in versus fear-based. Which one's long-term, which one's temporary? I can't hear you. Buy-in's long-term, fear is temporary. Yes? They'll be gone as soon as possible. Yes or yes? They're not going to be with you. Now, when is autocratic appropriate? Number one, if you have an extremely short period of time, it doesn't, it's not going to, imagine in battle, bullets are flying all around you. You're not going to say something like, excuse me, does anyone have any thoughts on what we might want to do here? No, it doesn't work, okay? It's, Rob, get down! Rob, you go over there, move to the left flank! Shoot, shoot, shoot! Right? Got it? Different. Another time that it's appropriate is when Socratic is just not working with your team. They're just not gelling. They're just not getting it. And you're very tired of going, well, what does everyone think here? I mean, it's good thoughts. Excellent. I love that comment. That's just fantastic. And they're really freaking lame. Anybody ever had that experience? And you're just being so polite, and you're going, shut up, Arnie, right? And at some point in time, you just had to say, all right, here's the way it's going to be. Got it? Now, you can even do that in a very nice way. One of the things that I've found is obviously what I'm going to share with you here is, in my humble opinion, the most effective is to have both in your toolbox. Yes or yes? Say a good leader has both. Autocratic and Socratic methods. So, it's good to start with Socratic, if at all possible. What I do is I'm very Socratic at the beginning of a conversation, especially in our meetings, especially whatever we're doing. We have a meeting of like 24 managers and directors, and I listen and good comment. And then at the end of it, I go, those are all excellent comments. What we're going to do is we're going to do this, this, and this. If that doesn't work out, our backup is this and this, and we'll adjust from there. Everyone got it? Fair enough? Got a problem with it? Good. Thanks. Here we go. So you over there, you're starting there, you're starting there, you're starting there. Got it? Okay, just like that. So that's a way that I use, and you can see if that feels right for you. But, you want to have a combination of both. Again, very often, when do you use this? When your team is differentiated. In other words, this person says that person says this. They don't even go together. There's nobody agreeing. At some point you say, stop. All great suggestions. We're going to go with this one right now. Okay? So everyone line up here. Let's do it. Got it? That's a leader. Say, I can do that. Excellent. All together we say, I have both autocratic and Socratic styles. Let me hear you. Again, please. One more time, twice as loud. One hoo-ah, ready? Hoo-ah.